what's up with it? I am Chi Aurelia, and welcome back to the Transformative Mindset community, where we are getting into different ways of transforming our mindset around the shit that we go through during life. You feel me? Everything is a phase, everything is a cycle, and so whatever cycle you're in right now is either flowing well or you're trying to figure out how can I transform to elevate where I am, right? So I wanted to talk about honoring yourself and your body and the way that you feel, because today is Thursday, December 22nd. You know, it's a lot of holiday festivities coming up, whether that's the holiday Christmas party with your job, your family, or your spouse is holding a Christmas party. New Year's is right around the corner. It's all kind of shit going on, right? But you have to honor yourself. And what I mean by that is asking yourself, what do you really want? Just because you were given an invitation doesn't mean you have to go. Or just because, it's something that you've always done as a part of like family tradition doesn't mean you're allowed to create your own traditions at any point in time that you decide to do so. So ask yourself, like, do I really want to go to this potluck where I don't know how people are cooking? Do I really want to go to the same old shindig that I've been going to and I already know how it's going to be? Do I want to do something for myself? Do I have children and maybe I want to ask them what they want to do and incorporate how they can have fun? You guys could do arts and crafts and drink hot chocolate. You could take a walk at a national park somewhere, as opposed to the typical things of being out in the crowds and the festivities. Also, personally, your girl been down, okay? I've been going for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. It wasn't necessarily the flu, a damn sure wasn't no corona, but whatever it was, it had your girl out, okay? I'm talking about body aching, fetal position, trying to cry, because it was just like, what the hell is this doing to me right now? And with drinking the tea, staying hydrated, staying warm, bundling up, I still got, and that's okay, because I worked through it, I moved through it. But in order to work through it, I had to really take the time to stop and be within myself and take time to honor the fact that I don't feel good. I am in pain. What can I do to relieve this? Is it an Epsom salt bath? Is it taking the time to really bundle up and just lay down and rest? Sometimes we feel like there's so much that we have to do, and there is so much, as adults and especially as parents, we have so many responsibilities. Everything falls on us, especially if you're a single black mom out here, single black dad, single black parent. It's a lot that falls on you, and the kids don't really care why the shit is not being done. They just know that mommy said we was cooking cookies and we ain't making no cookies, so what is what? So having that open communication and helping them to understand, like, listen, sometimes you get sick and I'm there for you, I take care of you. I'm sick right now. I need to be able to rest so that we can do the things that we would like to do and get back to the fun that we would like to have. So again, making sure that you take time to honor yourself. Them kids gonna be just fine. Them cookies gonna be just fine. But if you're not taking the time to rest, to stay hydrated, to really make sure that the food that you're intaking is going to be beneficial to you. Listen, when you get to a certain age, you start noticing things within your body, okay? I can't eat jalapenos the way I used to. Do I love them? Yes. Do I want them? Yes. Can I deal with them? No. And every time I try it, my body be like, oh, so you forgot? So we gonna go through this again? You have to be mindful of the transitions that your body goes through mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. And that's another thing with, just the festivities of the holidays. Emotionally, where are you? Do you want to be surrounded with a crowd of people? And if you do, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Show up, turn up, be the life of the party. And turning up is not always involving like alcohol and substances and things of that nature. You could turn up just being high off of life. You could walk through, nature and be turned up because you're enjoying the highest level of what is being offered in that experience. So when I say turn up, I ain't always talking about that, because I'm turned up off this tea right now, and it's just pure tea and water, which is tea. So yeah, that's all I'm saying is just get into understanding how you feel. What do you want for yourself? And really, this is a time of reflection. Um, the moon is about to be a new moon tomorrow, which is December 23rd. And so you really just, especially being that it's the first, it's a new moon, but it's the last new moon of the year. And so this is setting the intentions for your first part of the year. And I know it's a lot of debate around, the pagan calendar showing us that the new year is really in the dead of winter. When January hits, it's new, but it's not really new, versus like March, when that comes around, springtime, things are blossoming, things are blooming, things are coming into fruition and being full of life. Again, life is all about phases. So whether you honor this phase of January 1st being the new year, or you honor March being the beginning of the new year, still be in the mindset that the moon is new. And so what can we do with that? What can we bring about, whether it's just for these last 2 weeks of December, is banking on starting fresh in January. And I don't really get into the whole like New Year's resolutions, because I feel like, why do you have to wait until the new year to start? If you want to start that shit, start right now. Start right fucking now. I'm finna go hit the gym after I get off of here with y'all. And it's not to say it's a New Year's resolution. It's something that I was doing earlier in the year, but different things brought me to kind of back away and stop going to the gym. And so it's like, I'm going to pick it back up, but I don't have to wait till January 1st to do it. I'm going to get in there today, December 22nd, and get it in just like it was any other day. Because really, like, time is just, it's a big ass fraud. If you think about it, I'm on Eastern Standard Time. It's like 8 o'clock. It's 8:39. Okay, if I was back home in California, it's 5:39. If I was in, I believe, Ethiopia, it's 2014 or 15. Where here it's about to be 2023. So it's like that shit really doesn't matter. If you have something that you are wanting to do, start doing it right now in this moment. Or at least, get to a point of planning it out and seeing like what steps are necessary for me to execute so that I can really get to this. That's another way of honoring yourself, because people be so hung up on like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I have this and I have that. Western society will have us thinking we got all of these issues going on, when really it's just the fact of us not being in the right environment, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it may be. When I was experiencing my anxiety, it was because I was trying to force myself to be around people that I didn't really feel like resonated with me, or I felt like every time I go around y'all, I gotta be something that I'm not in order to be accepted. So I'm finna stop fucking coming around. How about that? Either I'm gonna stop coming around, or I'm just going to start being more of who I am. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then we can, allow God to send us on whatever pathways, separate or aligned, that we need to be in, And that's another thing with depression too, is like, when you really get to the bottom of what are you depressed about, seasonal depression is very much a thing. People going through the motions of either not having family during this time of the holidays, and like it's big that you celebrate time with family. But if you're in one of those spaces where it's like, I know that the family that I've been brought up with is not the type of people that I no longer resonate with them, so I am isolated in a sense, because it's like, what are the options? You either go around some fuck shit you really don't want to be around, or you isolate until you find what aligns with you and who you are, right? So you may be in that middle stage of trying to figure out, where do I belong? And really the answer is within yourself. It sounds so simple, but it's not always. You really have to be able to sit with yourself and sit alone with your own thoughts and get into, who am I right now? Who have I always been? And is that someone that I want to continue being? And if I don't, what can I do to transform into being someone else? If it's the lack of the eating habits, right? Don't go buy any more groceries until you get rid of everything you have. Whew, child. Fuck that. So as I was saying, if you're more so into like, I'm not happy, I'm not pleased with my eating habits, right? Eat down everything that you have already. And when you have absolutely nothing left in your cabinet, your refrigerator, that's when you make the grocery list and you say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna do raw veggies. I'm gonna get the 4 different kinds. They got red, yellow, orange, and green bell peppers. Get you some fresh bell peppers, slice them things up. Get you some cucumbers, slice them things up. The purple olives, hella good. Broccoli, you could do that raw. Carrots, you could do that raw. Celery is, people be sleeping on celery, and y'all really need to stop doing that shit because it's so fucking good. And you could do these types of things. You just get the vegetables, get them raw, cut them up. Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, or you could get the house tomatoes and slice them. Make yourself a whole veggie platter, you feel me? Throw some pita chips on there and just use a little bit of salad dressing. That's a whole meal right there versus something like potato chips, or, don't get me wrong, chili cheese fries be good as hell. But if you're more so into what can I do to realign my eating habits, what can I do to be more healthy, you got to start figuring out in what ways can I switch up what it is that I'm taking in. Lay's chips, like the original Lay's with some hot sauce, fire. However, those purple potato chips, I can't think of the name of the brand, but it's a black bag. I'm finna see if I can look it up. That's a good substitution because come on. Oh, here they go, Terra. And they got them curbside availability. Okay, these chips really go hard. So yeah, doing things like that, having water. It appalls me when people say that they don't like water, because we are made up of, like, your body is more than 50% water. So for you to say that you don't like water, do you not like yourself? What are you saying right now? Like, let's be for real. If you don't like water, do something like adding lemon wedge, squeezing the lemon so that the juice actually gets into the water, and then letting the lemon wedge sit. You can add tea packets. You could do lime water. You could do lime and cucumber, lime, cucumber, and lemon. Mint. Just putting the mint leaf in your water, that's good as well. But you definitely cannot complain about your intake if you're not willing to do something to change it. The same thing goes with the types of media that we consume, right? A priority versus a want is important to recognize and know, because you may want to sit there and watch that the Love and Hip Hop reunion, but a priority may be listening to that audiobook that you got 6 months ago and you still haven't finished, or finishing the last chapter so you can get to those questions that need to be answered. Oop, lemon. It's always going to be something that's trying to distract you. Whatever that distraction is. And I thank y'all for bearing with me. I really felt like, oh, I don't feel good, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do this. But it's like, when there is no such thing as the perfect time. You feel me? So still getting over whatever this is, I'm going to fight through it, and I'm going to keep going. And I hope that you have the same integrity and ambition with whatever it is that you got going on with yourself right now in this moment or this week. You know, like I said, it's always going to be something to try to distract us. This cold was trying to distract me from staying on my motherfucking P's and Q's. I've been said I was going to get back active with YouTube. And like I said, your girl been gone for a minute, but I'm back. So it's like, what's happening? But we cannot let things distract us and get in our way when we really see the purpose. And if you don't see the purpose, that's something you got to sit with as well. My purpose for doing this is because I feel like I have gained so many gems and knowledge and experiences over the years with transforming my mindset. Thinking about where I was like 10 years ago, it was 2012. My daughter was like 3. I was on welfare, trying to get in to work at the welfare office. Like, bitch, how you on welfare? You want to come work for welfare? Because I know what it's like. Put me in the game and watch me spin the block and go help everybody else get up to where they trying to be too. And so it was just, like I was in I wasn't even in a 1-bedroom. I was in a fucking, what you call them things? A loft. It was a studio. That's what it was. It was a studio, and it was just like open space. Me and my daughter doing our thing, trying to figure it out, man. Just really trying to figure it out. I think at that time I was like 23, 24, trying to make a way out of no way. And what I mean by no way is like I didn't have anybody as an example to show me what it was like to pull myself up by the bootstraps and figure shit out and figure out like what type of life do I want to live. Like a lot of that shit was low-key me just flowing with where God was taking me and understanding that this is a stepping stone for what I want next. Being on welfare was a stepping stone for me becoming an eligibility technician so that I could manage my own caseload of 70 people who were applying for welfare just like I was. Applying for welfare and being an eligibility worker was the stepping stone for me becoming an employment counselor and really being able to help transition the mindset of the people on my caseload. Like, listen, you got 48 months to get this grant. What are we doing? Are we going to school? Are we going to work? Are we going to get certified in something? Like, how do we make the most of our time? What is holding you behind and not being able to push you to the next level? Because it's something it's attaching on to you and you feel like you can't shake it. Or maybe you don't realize it's there and you just need a little bit of help being pushed in the right direction. Not to go on a tangent, but it's just like I think that welfare is a good tool in the right hands. So some people use that shit because it's like, well, my mama was on it, my grandma was on it, we just finna pimp the system and keep it moving. Some people really feel like I just need a little bit of help. For me, I had fell on like being in a DV situation, leaving Texas, coming back to California, and it was like, I ain't got shit other than this baby, and this baby needs some fucking food and some goddamn Pampers. So what is we doing? Give me the grant, give me the WIC, give me all of the shit, right? That to me opened so many doors to, like, I had a job developer who was constantly pushing me with job leads. I ended up doing work experience. I ended up doing job club, which taught me how to do like resumes and interviewing and all that kind of stuff. The work experience put me in a position with a nonprofit to where I was able to learn how to manage a caseload. I was able to facilitate orientations and conduct seminars and do things of this nature that I probably wouldn't have been able to do on my own because people want to see all this experience on a resume. Well, who the fuck is going to give me the experience to put on a resume if nobody takes a chance on me? So being in that position, I was really able to get the experience that I needed. And then when God presented the opportunity of the welfare department actually opening their doors to hiring welfare recipients, it was like, wait a minute. The preparation met the opportunity, and now I'm fucking full-time employed? You telling me I had 4 years to be on welfare, and in 1.5 I was able to get employed, get an apartment, get a car, and really turn myself around? So with the mindset and with knowing people and knowing opportunities, I was able to do something that helped me transition and turn my shit around. It's not doing a 360 because you don't want to turn around and be exactly where you were. It's a 180 because you turn around like, look, that's where I used to be, but this is where I'm heading right now. That's the type of shit that I'm trying to help other people do. Where are you at right now on December 22nd, 2022, that you want to be able to turn around, whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and be like, that's where I used to be, but I'm not in that direction anymore. I'm going forward and fast. Sometimes it's like we got to take a little bit of time. You know, it might be a slow moment, it might be a slow month, and then we turn around and we excel, and all of these things happen in a matter of 3 months, and we're like, damn, like this is a lifetime worth of work, or this is a year worth of work. Because when you really have the mindset and you set the intention of wanting to make something happen or wanting to make change with something, that's when you'll really be able to say, you know what, I see the end goal, and I understand why I gotta go so hard right now. If I could go hard right now so that I can relax later, then let's fucking do it. Why wouldn't I put in hard work for 6 weeks if I could relax for 6 years? Why wouldn't I put in 2 years worth of dedication if it's gonna get me 20 years of blessings? It's that simple, but it's also difficult, because being in the mindset or the lifestyle or whatever it is that you've been experiencing for so long, you feel me, they talk about breaking generational curses and stuff like that. It's generations on generations on generations. I'm talking about like your great-great-grandparents experiencing some shit that your grandparents that they didn't pass down to you, and you sitting here like, why the fuck am I feeling like this? I ain't never felt like this before. It's embedded in your DNA, and you can't help that, but you have to be able to identify, damn, that was a dark thought. That was a suicidal thought. That was some deep shit, but that's not who I am. Let me get out of this environment. Let me put myself in somewhere new. And that's not always just like up and moving. It's not always about up and moving. It's about transitioning your mindset so that you can be in a different place. You could be in the same apartment for 2 years, but your mindset is what's going to allow you to really make the most out of that apartment. You feel me? Switching up your feng shui, putting a new shower curtain in every now and then, flipping your mattress over. Like, there are so many things that you can do within your space to bring in a new vibe, a new mindset, a new feeling, a new place. I really hope that y'all are able to figure out what it is that you want for yourself, stepping into this new moon, this new year, this new decade, if you will, in a sense. You feel me? It doesn't have to necessarily be that it's, you know, some people say it's a new decade back in 2020. You got the right to put your starting point wherever you want it to be and make your finish line wherever you want it to be. So we're going to be getting into the 12-week year, which is basically breaking down how you can utilize each 12 weeks of the quarter, basically, to your advantage. Because time don't wait for nobody, for real. Like, it doesn't matter what you got going on. If you're trying to get some shit done, don't make no excuses. You get up an extra 5 minutes early to, you feel me, look at what's that shit, TSR or Hollywood Unlocked. You know, shout out to all of those good sources. If that's what you own, there used to be a point in time where I checked out TSR frequently. I don't do that shit no more, because I found other things to consume my time with. I found other things that are more valuable to me. That goes back to the priority versus what you want. You want to sit and scroll on Instagram for hours on end, but you need to be checking them emails and clearing some of that shit out. I'm subscribing to some of that shit you don't even be reading no more. You need to be checking your bank statement, your online mobile banking, to make sure the shit is going the way that you expected it to go. You might fuck around and have some unexpected money, you know. You don't know that. So if there's anything that you're working on transitioning, definitely get in the comments below and let me know. Because we we can't afford to stay still. We really can't. We don't have any more time to stay still. And if you have some things on your mind that you feel like you were supposed to accomplish this year, don't beat yourself up about it. Just start where you are right now, because right now is better than never at all. You gonna waste energy beating yourself up about the shit you didn't do, or you gonna just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start right now, right fucking now. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I am She Aurelia, and I'll see you next time. Peace.